Yeah, so today down at the track, and I'm doing a bit of a comparison between the Vaporfly that I've now reached 1,000 kilometers in, which is this pair, that pair there, and then the other pair I'll be comparing against is this pair. They've done about 200 kilometers and they feel about basically brand new, that pair. And obviously I did a bit of work down at the key side of them, doing some 8K threshold ones, so I'll give you some feedback on that as well. So I'm going to run some 4 inches today, and obviously both pairs of shoes, doing a comparison against them. So let's get to it.
Yo voy a cantar esta canción para mi gente, con una pasión tan fuerte. Ay, 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 ahora sigo cantando y sigo gozando, yo sigo cantando y sigo gozando.
So I've just finished the workout for a 2x8k marathon goal pace workout. I switched over on the right shoe to the Vaporfly 1. So the Vaporfly 2 I've probably done about 150 kilometers in it or something like that, not that much at all. Whereas the other one has done 1,000 kilometers. So really just to see what the difference is, and yeah, definitely I can feel that the one is obviously a fair bit tighter. You'd expect it to slacken off a bit, but it's actually tighter than the two, and always has been really. And you can feel it bottom out quite a lot as well. So when you're running at speed particularly, you definitely feel the forefoot really going quite flat, and you can feel the floor a lot more through it. Probably lost about, I would say, around about 15 to 20% energy return. So let's have a look at the sole of the shoe. So looking at that, don't know how well you can see it, but we'll move that around a little bit so you can see that's the condition of the footwear or the tread. So basically at 1,000 kilometers the tread is totally gone. You can see on the heel there, it's worn away, it's totally flat, there's no real grip in there. And I'm a 4-foot striker, I very rarely work on the heels. There's a bit of tread on this side, but not so much on that side. It's run through all the natural colouring and stuff, so it's right through at the midsole foam in here. There is a little orangey pink tinge on it because the last one I've just done on this is being down at the track. Looking at the foot tread, you can see like it's actually from the, you can't see it too well, but from a side angle from there, it's actually concaved a bit in there, as where right underneath the kind of ball of your foot, as it were. And yeah, I said where there is definitely some tread there. When I'm running in the water, when it's been raining, the grip's just as good as it was brand new. Now I'm 80 kilos ish. And I wear a size 8. The shoe kind of bottoms out when you're running on it a bit, but I kind of felt that anyway when I was using it from about 100 kilometers. I noticed quite a quick drop off in performance in them. There's still a lot of performance there, don't get me wrong with that, but I noticed it drop off a little bit as the foam kind of squashed down. But there's still quite a lot of responsive there. I feel like in comparison to running with it against this one, which is, this one's only done 200 kilometers. I took both pairs out recently the other day, and you can see them up against each other in terms of what the tread's like. I felt that this pair is definitely more responsive, by about 15 to 20% or something like that, not massive. And even in there you can see that, you can actually see, I don't know how well you can see that, but there's actually stone markings in there, so it's actually been broken down through running on stones and gravel and stuff like that. And most of the runs I've been doing has been on the roads, A little bit on the gravelly surfaces, but most of it's been road running. As I'm training for road marathons. So yeah, I think there's a lot more life left in this shoe. I'll still use it for, you know, for some short tempo sessions or some track work, and there's no problem with it running at the track at all. And the upper's still as tight as it was. The laces are still solid. Still fits you. Doesn't feel like it's stretched or anything like that. I noticed that, you know, some people have had issues with the backs of the shoes splitting open at this point where they insert the carbon plate in there, but there's been no shoes like that for me. So I could still use this for another few hundred kilometers. Actually, on the other shoe, this is the right-sided shoe. You can actually see there how that's actually broken through the heel. So it looks like I'm probably using a bit more of a heel on this one than the other one. And somehow, I don't know if that's, I don't even notice that as a defect from the start, but if you look at the front of both shoes, you can see here, that hole there has actually opened up more than the other one. So maybe that's opening up and splitting open that way more than this one is. So the type of runs that I've used Next% for, obviously tempo work, track work, anything to do with speed work. If I want to recover, and I really want to wear a comfortable shoe, I will wear the Next% or the Next% 2 instead of using an Easy Day shoe, just because they're very, very light. I find it much better to use for me. And I think if I'm doing a marathon simulation run, I have used this and obviously raced in it. I think my PR in the half marathon from last year, when I did the Great North Run and the Silverstone Run actually, was done in this shoe. And at that point, it probably would have had about, the Silverstone one probably would have had about 600 kilometers on it, something like that. So if there's any questions that you've got about the Vaporfly at 1,000 kilometers, or you think there's an area that I haven't touched on, then by all means drop a comment in the comments section and I will get back to you. Thanks very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.